Today we'll be talking about a Gunslinger build where you can just turn your brain off and stuff will die. No rotations, no sweaty mechanics. I just thought of this build because the new episodes of Stranger Things came out and I wanted to play the game while watching those episodes. So this build is very brainless. You really just walk around and stuff dies. This build is perfect for you if you're lazy like me, or if you're tired of gun spamming and your fingers are cramping now. So sit back, relax, and check the build out. Before we get started though, please do hit that like button so Phil does not nerf the Gunslinger. Alright, let's get to the video. Let's go to the gear here. There are 3 required pieces. It's going to be the triple barrel revolvers and the plasma boots. Let me explain. So the triple barrel revolver gives you panic burst damage and panic burst area. Having 2 of them, they do stack up together. So now you have even more damage and even more area. So the plasma boots, another requirement I would say, is you're going to be your defensive piece because you're going to be immune to flinching. That's really big for fleet characters, so you don't get stacked up with enemies. Also, this boot gives you 1% HP per refine. Let's go through the other pieces here. So I do have a skull emblem with a housefly jump card, so it gives me total critical rate. My night helm gives me all stats. And binoculars gives me range damage and range. Precision plate gives me dex per refine, as well as his precision greaves and the precision gauntlets. So basically we're kind of stat stacking with these 3 pieces to get almost 200 dex here. Last piece, I do have the Night Fang stud. This just gives me health leech, and I have the Battlord card in there to give me a mana leech. So the cards in my weapon, I do have it poison because I was farming the robots earlier, which are weak to poison element. I would change the Cyclops bat cards to damage range into element if I had some. I do have the Housefly Nom cards on the second revolver here just to get my crit up to 100%. Alright, now for the artifacts, I do just have an Eternus set and I have a Panic Burst gem. Nothing really fancy. If I had like a Dexterity Corporeal set, I'd be changing that to Corporeal set and changing my Night Fang stud into an Arcane Glove, so I have my haste still. Now for the stats here, primary is going to be your dexterity. All your skills scale with dexterity and your weapons do scale with dexterity as well. Agility is going to be secondary stat. Your panic burst do scale with agility, and you do get flee from agility as well, which is going to be your defensive stat here. Third, we're going to be adding up to luck so we can get 100 crit and just dump the rest into vitality, because we're going to get more HP and we'll be using shotgun for our secondary. Now for the skills, let's start off with the scout here. You're going to max out steady hands for 10 dex, max out your precise aim for your range, max out inner focus for dex and agility, max out your mark target, this is for bossing, and then max out your slow trap, this is for mobbing and leveling up and farming. The rest of my skills I added to the right side: health, mana, recovery, and flee, because the scout skills really do not work with the gun skills, or with guns. With a Gunslinger, you're going to want to max out your gun mastery. Panic Burst will be our main skill. Make sure we also have Trigger Happy, because this is how we mob and slow down the enemies while we're mobbing them, because they're getting flinched with every shot. Aerial Shot I use to traverse obstacles. I don't use it to do combo ready. Though Flashbang I use to do combo ready, it does stun the enemies as you're mobbing them with the slow trap. You stun the enemies and then just keep killing them. You don't really need to use it if you're using slow trap. My other skills, I do have it in shotgun because shotgun's my secondary. Point blank is a big burst damage, as well as shrapnel, big burst damage with knockback. Gonna want dual loadout so you can use your shotgun skills here. Suppressive shot, I just put the rest of my skills here because I may be making a suppressive shot build next. Alright, now for the brainless part, you're going to turn on your buffs, your inner focus, your haste, and then your trigger happy. Now, have our pistols out, walk around. We're going to turn on our macro to press our panic burst. We're just walking around panic bursting, gathering all the enemies. They're just going to start dying. You can just keep following us. We can turn our combo ready skills, either a slow trap or flashbang if you want, but really no need. This is, if you're getting bored of Stranger Things, you can just really flashbang real quick. Go back to Stranger Things. do more damage. Really, you don't need to do it. This is basically your build's gonna be just panic bursting, walking around, killing enemies. Kinda laggy right now. Let's see. I'm all stunned with the flashbang. Hey, come here. Slow trap him. If you do want it not so brainless, you can slow trap and you can flashbang. They're still gathered there. Let's do one more mob here. Start walking around, panic burst and everything. Panic burst everything, then burst. We're gonna slow trap, and grenade. And that's it. That's the build, guys. Very simple. You can do this for any map. Just make sure you do change your gun to the right element, depending on what you're fighting. Just to do more damage, right? Alright. I do have a shotgun. Let me show you the shotgun version. So it's still panic bursting, spamming panic burst. But you can spam as well the point blank, which does a lot of damage. Let's do the shotgun build here. I don't get as much area as if I had the revolvers, but I do have this big burst. And just clear them with the point blank. Alright guys, that should be the build today. If you enjoyed this video, please do click like and subscribe for more Spiritvale videos. See y'all in the next one. Peace. Let's go, is that? Spam. Go. He's just blocking everything. Alright, that's it.